So this one I like to do at the end of workouts that you can add, or you can do it at the start if you feel like you need it, or it can be recovery. All this stuff can be recovery. So you've done the banded hip flexor raise. This is going to be the knee behind toe lunge hold slash like static hold slash stretch. So for 60 seconds, we're going to hold this position. So I'm going to have my back foot pressing in to the wall. I normally do this in socks. So play with it. If you feel like your feet are slipping, then do it in shoes. But we go from here, long lunge, knee behind toe on the front leg, pushing in, sitting into that stretch. So pushing your heel down is going to engage the glute, which pushes the hip forward, similar to on your ATG split squat and on your couch stretch. So from here, what I'm actually going to do is sit myself upright, and if no bouncing, but if I want to improve the stretch, I'm going to focus on pushing this knee into external rotation and then breathe for 60 seconds. Make sure you keep the hips square so we're not here, rotated away from the stretch. We have to push that glute forward, squares off the hips, opens the hip flexor, stays nice and proud with the spine. Focus on your breathing, big long exhales. That's your knee behind toe lunge stretch. Then the last one for that is going to be our seated pike or seated leg lift. So for that, few levels. First one, we go hands behind hips and we just tense the quads and you just focus on lifting a leg. I like to really pull my toes up. You might see that some people point their toes. It's a bit of a preference thing, but because we're going for short range hip flexor strength, so the hips are already up and we're looking to improve our ability to control our hips, or specifically our hip flexors, while we're pressing down into the floor. So we are compressing the spine, but then we lift, and I'm focusing on that control here. Now, this is quite an easy position, okay? I want you to be able to do it to a point. So if your foot can clear the other foot, then you're ready to progress. But if you can't and you're doing this, then you are not getting quality reps in because you're bouncing, you're not in control. So lean back far enough, but it should happen pretty easily once you start to mobilize all of your hips and get control of that spine in these positions. So as you come forward, hands further forward is another place. So here, if I really push down, I don't have much control, I can't get that, okay? But that is something to work on. I don't do these heaps either, but I do these, which is pushing my entire body off and lifting there. So it's all different ways to strengthen the same thing. Once you can lift your legs off, this starts to build towards an L-sit. But at this level, I just want you focusing on lifting the legs, clearing the other foot, and then making it harder. You can also elevate yourself on kettlebells, or you can use parallel bars to push and drive with knuckles. That's going to elevate the hips and allow you to get a bit more active range as well. So you're welcome to play with those. I'm not going to demo those here. You can look them up online. You're going to do 20 reps of those seated leg lifts. And then you'll do 2 rounds of the banded hip flexor raise, knee behind toe, lunge hold, seated leg lifts for 20 reps. Beautiful.